We were actually waiting on Councilwoman Smith to make her way here. If you haven't noticed her running style coming down the aisle, it's a sight to see. Hey guys, and welcome to the City of Spartanburg City Council meeting. On our agenda, we have a moment of silence, and then we have a pledge of allegiance. Just remember, of course, the Reverend Jesse Jackson passing, and all he has meant to the upstate, Greenville, born and raised, and all that he's done to the United States, you know, across the world, as you really think about it. But just a tremendous person, and will truly be missed, and just be mindful of his family during this time. All right? Stand for a moment of silence. Amen. Mayor Pro Tem, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have item 3, approval of the minutes of the February the 9th, 2026 City Council meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any that oppose? Ayes have it. Item 4, approval of the agenda for the February 23rd, 2026 City Council meeting.
So moved. Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. We have public comment. And the way it works now, we don't have to get your address per se, but I will call you up by your last name and give us your full name, and you can speak as follows. Ms. Blakely.
You know my last.
Blackley. I know when it
As
came
long
out,
as
you
you
looked
know
at
me.
me. You looked at me, and I'm like, I know I just spelled it wrong.
Well, I just want to thank you all for having me. I'm here on behalf of the Tory Dandy Foundation, where I run his foundation, and what we do is we get to give money. I get to give Tory Dandy's money away. This is our last installment of the $50,000 that we entered into an agreement with the City of Spartanburg to provide a partnership for youth services here in the City of Spartanburg. And of course, Mr. Dandy couldn't be here. He was here this weekend, but he's at the NFL Combine. And so I am here to present Kim Moultrie with the last and final installment, which is a check for $10,000 to provide youth services here in Spartanburg County, where our mission is to equip the youth for skills to succeed in life through different community partnerships. And so we want to thank you all. I can't say enough about Ms. Moultrie Brown. She has done a phenomenal job in keeping us updated with all the work that you all have done for the youth, and being able to have Mr. Dandy come in and speak to the youth. The last meeting we had was at C.C. Wilson, I believe, and he came up and he was out. We got started late, and I was like, Tori, you got to come in. You got to get in. You got to get in here. The youth are waiting on him. He was in his big Rolls Royce, and not knowing that he was actually on the phone negotiating a contract for his Mr. Lamb, C.D. Lamb.
C.D. Lamb.
Yeah, and then he actually came in and spoke to the students and actually did a FaceTime with one of his players.
Yeah.
He is looking to give back, and we hope that we will revisit this once he comes back this summer for some things we have planned. And I also want to give a shout out to Mitch Kennedy for keeping us updated on what we can do for Spartanburg. You do an excellent job here in the city. Keep doing great work that you do and stay motivated. And I want to thank you all for having me. And Kim, do I hand this to you? Thank you all and have a good meeting.
Kim is being very modest back there, but the check. Hope, thank you, and of course, tell Tory thank him for all that he does. And I did see the video of the kids talking to C.D. Lamb last summer, and it was just blowing us away. It was actually an adult in the audience doing more talking than the kids. So, but no, tell him thank you, local guy, hometown guy right there in Woodruff, South Carolina. Just truly appreciate him and all he's done, and did see him this weekend at the Sneaker Ball and was given to us for a mentor. So thank you.
Well, there's more to come. Y'all be patient.
Mr. Hawkins.
Hello, y'all. My name is Liv Hawkins. I work at Wofford. I'm also a member of the city's Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee. Last week, I had an issue that I ran into on Memorial Drive, which wraps next to the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium, kind of wraps around Wofford's campus of students starting to park in the bike lane there. If you're unfamiliar with the conditions there, that road is just hilly enough and just windy enough to where I think people tend to speed down there, and that bike lane is right up against oncoming traffic. So sometimes when you have a car in the lane, it makes seeing around it kind of difficult, and it feels very dangerous, especially when you have to veer into the vehicular lane. You have like a line of 4 cars and you can't quite see it. So that was an issue that I ran into getting back to campus for my lunch break the other day. I'd like to thank Councilwoman Brown on her help on that. I'd posted about it. She commented on that, and I had a SAC meeting during my lunchtime a little bit after, and already the campus safety representative from Wofford there provided an update on it, and that was really good. I hope to see continued improvement to make that bike lane safer for people who use it. I've seen runners on it. I've seen e-scooters are really popular on campus. If you've ever been on Wofford's campus, you see them everywhere, and bikes like myself, whether that is plastic bollards, better signage, a mixture of approaches, better enforcement, more consistent enforcement. And I just hope to, see more bike lanes like that, because it really is a good route for me to get back to campus after, going and getting lunch or a coffee downtown during my break. But yeah, thank y'all.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Johnson, come forward, please.
Well, good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Council. All of the constituents and the folks of Spartanburg. First off, thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity just to come say hey to you all. I am Jermaine Johnson. I am the current candidate that is running for governor of South Carolina, and I'm just honored to be here this evening. I was in the area today for a few events, and I just wanted to stop by and tell you all I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you. Being in the House of Representatives for 3 terms now, I have been up here a number of times trying to help solve some of the issues that is plaguing the city of Spartanburg. As I have not allowed myself to just stay in my district for whatever reason, I want to save the kids' lives of everybody in South Carolina. And I have done so for over a decade now. So I look forward to having the opportunity to meeting with any and every last one of you all. I would love to make my contact information available for you all to sit down and just to introduce myself and talk about the plans and the policies that I have that I've laid for the people of South Carolina. So really appreciate you all giving me the opportunity to introduce myself, and we'll hope you have a great rest of the evening.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, we're at item 6. Hub City Spartanburgers update. Presenter Mr. Tyson Jeffries, General Manager of the Hub City Spartanburgers. Tyson.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are y'all?
We're
It's
good.
good to see you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come and talk about the 25 season and create an outlook of what we have planned for 2026. First of all, before I get too deep into the recap, I do want to just say publicly and on the record how much we appreciate the collaboration and the partnership with the city of Spartanburg. With all of the employees, everyone has shown nothing but love for us, and it's been unbelievable to partner with all of you all, both in this room and out in the community. As someone that has come from different markets and worked with different municipalities, I've never experienced something like this. So I just want to say thank you all for your support and the continued support as we can look to get better and continue to have an impact on our community. So for the 2025 season, it was nothing but smiles, and it was nothing but amazing things and amazing memories that we were able to create at the ballpark and around the community. We feel that we made an unbelievable impact on Spartanburg and on the upstate, and hopefully helped put Spartanburg on the map as a destination, especially the downtown environment, as we look to continue to shape that into a hub for everyone. We we were able and very fortunate to host a couple extra games because we did find success on the baseball field. So we hosted 68 Spartanburgers events over the course of the season and welcomed over 240,000 fans into Fifth Third Park for our inaugural season, which was truly unbelievable. A few kind of fun stats to talk about. Our fans enjoyed 8,200 pounds of hamburger meat and over 3,000 pounds of hamburger toppings, which we'll try to beat next year. So if you come out to a game, buy a hamburger, go to the burger bar, load it up. We sold over 570 foam burger hats. It was actually a nominee for one of the best merchandise items in all of minor league baseball. Beyond that, we did win a new era in minor league baseball competition as being the best baseball cap in all of minor league baseball, which put us on a national stage as not only a brand, but as a destination. So we're really proud of that. Again, we did win in our first year the South Division of the South Atlantic League. I'm sorry. There we go. I'm just learning how to do presentations, so apologies.
Yeah.
We did win the South Division. We made it to the championship and unfortunately fell to the Brooklyn Cyclones. But the glass half full look at that is if we won the championship in year one, then everyone would expect it to happen every year. So we've got something to chase on the field and plenty to chase off the field as we continue to look to better our experience for all of the fans, both the ones that are coming back for their second, third, fourth, fifth, 60-something game, or for the fan that hasn't come to Spartanburg and to the Spartanburgers games yet. And the biggest thing that we're most proud of, and I started with this, is we know we created millions of smiles and millions of memories for many people that came into our ballpark, whether that was for a Spartanburgers event or another event. One of the biggest things that we were focused on in year one, and it's not something that, as you look across the landscape of venues, and especially minor league baseball, teams are willing to attack in their inaugural season, but that's trying to fill the ballpark as many days out of the year as we possibly can. And if you've heard me talk before, I like to say that we have 66 home games and there's 299 days in the rest of the year that we need to open our gates and have people enter into Fifth Third Park to make sure that we're truly a community hub and a community asset. And that means that we're welcoming people of all different kinds and with all different events throughout the year. Some of the things that we did over the first year that we were really proud of is we hosted over 100 additional public and private events at Fifth Third Park. And so those spanned from kind of larger scale events with Wofford and USC Upstate, which was our very first event that we hosted. And we were very proud that that's something that will live in history and connected to Fifth Third Park, is that we could have two local universities taking center stage and playing a game against each other there. SEC graduation, we'll continue to host that in 2026, but we're really fortunate to work with them and have over 3,000 people that came to that. That was family members as well as the graduates and the staff of Spartanburg Community College. We worked with BMW Charities on the Cole Swindell concert, had over 5,000 people. It gave us that opportunity to truly test the facility and see what a concert could look like. Definitely learned a lot of lessons through the process of hosting not only the concert, but all the additional events. We worked directly with the city on the Red, White, and Boom, which was unbelievable. It was a challenge because we stacked that on top of a baseball game since we were playing at home. So logistically, to operate a Spartanburgers games and then allow people onto the field and reopen the gates for a new wave of people to come in created challenges that we faced head on and think we executed really well, and a lot of that was with the partnership of the city and everyone working in the city to make sure that that was successful. As you look at the pictures, you'll see that there were around 6,000 fans in the park, some of those being on the field, the rest of them sitting in the stands, and then there were, I don't know the exact number because we didn't get a count on them, but there are plenty of people sitting around the ballpark in some of the green spaces outside of the gates watching the fireworks show for that event. And then one of the other key events that we hosted and creating a very unique experience was moving Morgan Square Madness, which is the USC Upstate tip-off event for men's and women's basketball. We built their court on our field and executed that in front of their fan bases and the community, which was really fun to see. And hopefully we have that opportunity to work with them again. So one of the biggest takeaways is that we recognize that with these other events, we can bring in a lot of different people into our ballpark. Our goal always with Spartanburgers games is to welcome as many types of people as we possibly can, and that goes well beyond baseball, which is why we position ourselves as entertainers versus just baseball operators. But these other events allow us to market to different demographics and bring in different groups of people to show off the beautiful facility that we have, and hopefully bring them back for other events as well as Spartanburgers games. And then finally, it's what do we have in store for 2026 and how do we one-up ourselves? And so our marketing campaign, and something that you'll hear a lot from us, is we're going to make it a double. And so that aligns with the fun that we're creating in the park, whether that be for Spartanburgers games, or other events. We want to try to double up the fun, double up the smiles, double up the memories, and all the fun things that we're trying to execute at the ballpark. And a lot of that we've already started to do. So if you were paying attention last week, we hosted Wofford and University of South Carolina. We had 4,200 people. It's one of the biggest baseball crowds that we've had since opening night of last year, which we're really proud of. For us to be able to execute that in February, thank the weather gods. They really helped with a 70-degree day and some sunshine. But it was an amazing experience. And to provide some perspective, we weren't even in the facility until mid to late March of last year. So for us to start executing these events plays into our mission of constantly utilizing the facility as much as we can. And so you'll see a list. We have additional college baseball games coming up. We actually, over the weekend, we hosted Boston College, Northwestern, and Cornell, who played 6 games over 3 days. And to welcome not only their fans but their families, and to hear the feedback that they had for our beautiful facility and the community that they came and they booked hotels in and stayed. I think some of them might actually still be here because of the weather up north. So we're getting some extra hotel nights from them. I think Boston College might actually be sticking around their team because they're supposed to go to Florida later this week. So they're just like, you know what, we're just going to stick around. So they're still utilizing our facility for practice. But it was great hosting them and seeing some new faces at the ballpark. We do have Wofford and USC Upstate to kind of have the Battle of the Berg take place in mid-March. And then as we get into our season, we will host USC Upstate versus Clemson, which we expect to be another really large crowd. Clemson, both schools have really leaned into that, so we're really excited to see how we can fill up the park for those. One of the things that we're most proud of, and we had wished we could have executed this in our inaugural year, but again, we were not in the ballpark until March, is high school baseball. And giving those high school players the opportunity to take the field at Fifth Third Park, it is one of those things that is going to create lifelong memories for those kids, and hopefully it allows them to continue to further their baseball experience, hopefully into college and then professional. But to give them that taste now while they're competing, we have extended the opportunity. And as you see the schedule, we will host all of the Spartanburg County public high schools over the course of March, starting next week with the Steve Sanders tournament, their championship day, which includes a lot of the Spartanburg schools as well as schools outside of Spartanburg County. So that's something that we're really excited about and proud of and looking to execute. Obviously, professional baseball, we will host 66 home games, hopefully more as we make a playoff run and hopefully bring in the championship. And as we get later into the season, we have our banana ball games. Those are expected to bring in probably the biggest crowds that we'll have ever experienced, with 3 different dates in a row, all expected to be well over 5,000 people in the park. And as you've probably heard with Banana Ball, there's people across the country that sign up for that lottery, which will go live here pretty soon. And then looking at non-baseball events, our goal is still continue to execute private events using our Milliken Club and the other spaces around the ballpark. So we have a goal of 75 plus of those, which is achievable. To provide perspective on that, we executed around 60 last year, so we're accounting for about 15 to 20 additional of those. And then some of the repeat with SEC graduation, we are still working with BMW Charities and South Carolina Charities to hopefully get the concert back. We would love to have a conversation with the city. We are on the road over July 4th, so it allows us to utilize the whole facility in a different way and better that experience for anyone that might be coming for Red, White, and Boom. So would love to have that conversation. Morgan Square Madness, Chuck or Treat, which was a community event just to provide a safe space for the kids to come and trick or treat. We did this one last year, and it was really cold and really rainy when we did it. And we had our partners set up with candy, and over 900 kids came through the ballpark to trick or treat on the concourse level. And then we're constantly with our ownership group, Diamond Baseball Holdings, working directly with them to try to bring in new events to Spartanburg, ones that will be unique, whether those be festivals, additional concerts, other types of baseball, and very unique things that may exist during the holiday season and allow us to activate in November, December, and into January. So we're still very focused on trying to load up our schedule with non-baseball events and, again, fulfill our promise to opening our gates and our ballpark to people as many days out of the year as possible. So that's an update of 25 and 26. And then if anyone has any questions, as you know, I try to be an open book.
Stuart Tyson, I just want to say thank you, man, for an outstanding season. And we don't mind winning championships in the first season. So,
We'll get you a ring.
we dismissed it. Councilwoman Smith.
Yeah, just want to echo the mayor's thanks. I won't go on for too long, but I know almost everybody in the crowd, and I know almost all of them. Everybody that I know in the crowd has been to a baseball game. And just personally, my dad had season tickets, and my kids were able to spend so much time with my dad just sitting there. You know, being able to just talk to each other in ways that I feel like no other activity allows for. But that's one of the things that I love about baseball. Some people say that that's one thing they hate about it, is it's too long, it's too boring. But that's what is so great about it, is that it allows time for relationship. And it was really, really meaningful to me and my family to see that relationship cultivated all the more. So thank you for all the smiles that you brought to our family. And I want to congratulate your staff. They were such professionals to work with. Everyone that we encountered in the ballpark. Sam, who gave my dad a pencil every single time because he would come and get his, whatchamacallit? Scorecard. And he taught my kids how to do the scorecard, but she was always there with his pencil. And then at the end of the season, she had made for him like a folder for him to put all of his scorecards in. Like, there was just a personalization and a professionalism of the team that worked there, and Luke and Esty. I mean, you just put together a great team that I think represented Spartanburg and who we are really well. I do have a question. On the 240,000 people that came, that's an incredible number. Love to see that. Did y'all keep or disaggregate that? Like, do we know how many of those folks were from outside of Spartanburg?
We're still working on we do zip codes, so
Yeah.
zip code data, and it paints, call it a majority of the picture. Obviously, we can't collect every piece of data from everyone.
Sure.
But yeah, you can really see the hotspots, and a lot of those were from Spartanburg County area. And then you see lots of random spots of people coming in, and some of those might be people coming in for travel, for business, or whatever it might be, and being like, oh, there's a baseball game going on. I got something to do, so I'm going to go over there. And then I think the special events is where you start to see people from outside saying, hey, this is a unique thing that I'm not getting anywhere close to where I live. And you start to see hotspots when you target those events and into North Carolina, Western North Carolina, even the Charlotte area in some instances. And then like when we were looking at the data from the South Carolina game, it was very expansive. So that was one of those that we look at and we say, hey, when we're looking at events that we want to execute that are going to have a huge economic impact, whether that be from hotel stays or people coming from outside to spend their money here in Spartanburg County, we can, now that we've executed a lot of these events, start to hone in on what is going to have the largest impact. And that's something that's really important to us, and I know it's important to the community overall. So yeah, we should, and I should in the future be able to share more data with you guys on what that looks like and kind of the spread of where our ticket buyers are coming from. I do know, and working with our marketing team, that the majority is coming within a 45-mile radius, but then you do have a wave of people that are coming from 60 miles plus. So that is showing that people are coming in to experience downtown Spartanburg and the Spartanburgers.
Great. Awesome. Any other questions? Councilwoman Sally?
I have a question. I just want to say I thank you for supporting the community. And I can't name them all, but I know that you have been involved, and that is very, very nice of you.
I'm glad you brought that up, and I appreciate you saying that. I think one of the things that when we look at last year, if you were to say, hey, what lessons did you learn? One of the things that was really difficult for us as we were starting up our business is, one, we understood that we needed to be focused on that to find business success so that we could successfully give back in various areas of the community. We did our best to start to create relationships and plant seeds with organizations, but it is one of the things that we're very focused on in 2026. Some of that is just through we recently rolled out 2 different identities, one being the Spartan Regiment, being focused on the Spartan Regiment and celebrating 250 years of the United States, as well as telling that history of what has happened in Spartanburg County and the impact that it had on our country, as well as the Spartanburg pastimes, and focused on Duncan Park and that having a direct impact of not only funds but awareness, so that Duncan Park can continue to be utilized in a special way and last for another 100 years. And there'll be other things that we do to make sure that that impact is resonating and trying to have that trickle-down effect that is really the reason that we exist. And we know if we're not giving back, then people won't give back to us. So like we want to be really focused on that. We've hired a really good person with Michael McFadden, who's very focused on establishing those relationships. And we're really fortunate that we have a staff of people that are willing and focused on not only the giving side of from tickets to merchandise to other things, but also with their own time, efforts, and energy, which is really important to us to make sure that we're putting that sweat equity back into the community. Too.
Great. Councilman Foreman?
Yeah, I would just like to echo some of the comments, but Tyson, I think, when this whole project came about, I mean, there was almost unanimous excitement in our community about what the potential for Spartanburger baseball could mean to Spartanburg and Fifth Third Park and the associated development with Project Core. And with irrational, unlimited expectations, somehow you were able to exceed those. And I think that's a testament to you and your incredible team of folks. And I think that, when you look at how you build something to last, it's not just exciting baseball. It's not just the product, behind the scenes at the stadium. It's the work that you and your team are doing inside the community. I've seen the mayor and I were at the unveil the brand identity that ties into the history of baseball in our community, and the work that you're doing with our community is just exceptional, and you're getting everybody that doesn't even care about baseball. You're getting folks excited about Spartanburger baseball, and it's so great for our identity as a community to have something like the Spartanburgers that, whether you're Wofford or Upstate or Spartanburg High School or Dorman, we all are Spartanburgers, and I think that is something that is extremely exciting and is made possible by the work that you and your team are doing, and I'm just excited about year 2 and can't wait for the championship. And I do have one question. I can't remember, but what was our record versus Greenville last year?
We were better. I don't know exactly, but we were better. There's some posts out there of us poking at them. And we'll continue to do that if people enjoy it. So, and you see those posts, please like and share so that it helps the algorithm.
I enjoyed it as long as the record stays good.
Yes. We'll get really quiet when they start reading this.
No, outstanding. And you may mention, I do remember opening night here for us last year. Greenville had a game the same night. And to have the attendance that we had, and I also heard that Greenville had a pretty good, that was just one of the things we both can exist together. Yes. And again, as long as we continue to have a better record at the end of the year than Greenville, we're definitely heading in the right direction. I know it was job creations. I did want to mention that. About how many would you say, part-time and everything? You know, I know it's seasonal, but.
Yeah, so we have a full-time staff of around 25 individuals. And then the biggest balloon in staffing does come during the season and other events, which is, again, another reason that we want to try to execute as many events throughout the year, because it allows us to provide more hours to more people. On a given game day, there's around 100 different roles that we staff for. So as far as the staffing list of people, there's usually around 200 to 250 individuals that could be staffed.
Awesome.
Mr. Mayor.
Tyson, no. Now she clicks in.
Well, I just had one question. If for the 2026 season, if the mayor would have an opportunity for redemption on throwing out the first pitch.
I'm glad I gave you guys a highlight.
If he's willing to come out every single night, we can try to break a Guinness Book of World Record for most first pitches by a mayor in history.
I'm game.
We'll let you throw as many as you want until your shoulder blows out.
That needs a do-over.
Okay.
Can't make it to the point.
There we go. I'm glad you guys had a laugh. No, Tyson, again, thank you, and thank you to the Spartanburgers, man. I mean, just tremendous effort put forth by a lot of people, but especially your team.
Thank you for the
man.
support. Thanks, everybody.
Great news. We're at item 7, guys, consent agenda.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I always ask approving A and B.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just want to make sure. I heard a second. Do I hear, need a motion? Yes. And all in favor?
Aye.
Any that oppose? Ayes have it. Awesome. Staff update, Mr. Story.
Mr. Mayor, I'll be brief. Just a quick update on, for several years we've been working towards bringing to downtown an affordable housing apartment development at the corner of Kennedy and Converse Streets. And we received confirmation since our last meeting that the tax credits have been awarded for that, so that project's a go. It'll move to final design, but I just want to pass along that bit of good news as we try to build a downtown that is for everyone. And
Was that 80 units?
I believe it's 60, but I will confirm the count there. But it'll be I'm pleased about bringing that affordable component to the downtown. I'm also pleased about putting to work a smart location that will work well in an underutilized piece of our downtown. So
That is good news.
and I don't have any other items, but certainly welcome any questions that you have.
None? All right, council updates. Councilwoman Rogers.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So a comment that I made in our last meeting was about civic engagement. We had a collection of youth in the room that were participating and stayed for the majority of the meeting. As I attend more of these meetings and see familiar faces in the audience, there is community engagement and civic engagement where people are present and participating. I know this room has had a lot of activity in the past week or so, and I would just encourage continued civic engagement. And, we here are representing the members of our community on city council, on county council, and I would just encourage you to participate in the decisions that are happening in our community for the future and to communicate those to your representative. The other thing that I wanted to highlight was just the wonderful walk with you on Saturday, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you for coming out. I do
yes.
appreciate that.
Yes. It was definitely a drizzly morning to start, but ended up being beautiful. But I really enjoyed learning about the Highland neighborhood. Councilwoman Sally, it was so good to see you as well on Saturday. But I think, learning about the Bethlehem Center, learning what our city parks and recreation is doing to really engage the youth, the facilities that are there, the plans for the Bethlehem Center in the future. It's so fulfilling and exciting to see the community partners, Wofford, Sam, and I am forgetting a community.
Macedonia, the church.
Thank you, thank you. People that are really engaged in making a life for not only our community but our youth, and focusing on supporting them as they grow through our city, and carry on to hopefully bring a better future for all of us. So I will hopefully continue to join you on those walks and meet more members, but thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Smith.
I think the mayor is throwing shade at those of us that did not
I didn't,
come on Saturday. But not much from me tonight. My heart has been heavy these last 2 weeks with the pedestrian fatalities that we've had in our community. My son is a senior at Dorman High School, and one of those fatalities was also a senior. Students who are right on the edge of the rest of their life, and taken too soon. And then just yesterday, a woman who was crossing the street to go to her church and sing her hymns, see her friends, and instead she was singing in heaven. But just please pay attention as you're out driving. It sounds so simple and cliche, but not when you take someone's life. So I've just been reminded these past 2 weeks how frail we all really are, and how we need to just tell people that we love them when we love them. Make it weird, make them feel uncomfortable, because you never know when the last time you'll see them.
Right.
So, yeah, I love all of y'all.
Thank you. Love you too. Councilwoman Brown.
I love you too. Mr. Mayor, I'm turning into Rob Rain because I don't have anything to. Just thank y'all for being here. I'm still, on the road to recovery, so I unfortunately was not able to do the walk because I'm not allowed to do anything heavy incline wise, and I know how you like to incorporate all those hills on the mayor's walk. So, but I do look forward to getting back to those walks and just chatting with our neighbors, and I'm looking forward hopefully to some warmer weather. What's going on up north is exciting and scary, and I'm glad it's not here. So, but thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Sally.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. I want to say good evening to each and every one of you, and thank you for coming. Yes, I know the mayor thought I was not going to show up Saturday, but I did. And I said, I'll wait till the rain stops before I go. But thank you for utilizing District 5 for your mayor's walk. I think that it's always a learning experience no matter which way you go in the city. And let's hope and pray that we don't have any snow. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Foreman.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. I just want to comment that, if you've been downtown lately, it's a bit of a mess. I mean, but it's an exciting mess because it's progress. We're seeing dirt move on multiple sites throughout our downtown. And so as you think about the future and what it means, we talked about the Hub City Spartanburgers and Fifth Third Park. That's come to fruition in the last year. These other projects will come to fruition in the next couple of years. And so progress can be disruptive, but it's also very exciting. And I would encourage everybody not only to support merchants throughout the city of Spartanburg, but also especially our downtown merchants during this period of transition. I think Christopher and the team have done a good job of outlining and highlighting the parking availability. We have the shuttle services and the valet parking. So despite some of what you read on social media, it is very accessible. I have gone downtown and have found no trouble in finding a parking space and have enjoyed my walks from where I've parked to my destination of choice. So I would encourage everybody to continue to go downtown and support our merchants and just be excited about what is the seeds that have been planted and what will come in years to come. Thanks.
Awesome. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
That's it?
Mr. Mayor.
That's it from Ruth? Wow, no. One last thing, I did mention, before I go to Jesse Jackson, I did have the opportunity, I do want to take this opportunity to say thanks to Charles Delara. If you don't know who Charles is, Charles Delara helped redo the baseball field, the youth fields over in Duncan Park. They had a screening last Wednesday, I think it was, of just the movie, a premiere movie of that, redoing that park and everything that went into it. Is under the Harry Delara Foundation, which is his father, but Charles is the local guy that put his own, tears and sweat into that effort. Tyson mentioned Walford and USC. And I was downtown that evening, and just to see the excitement again, it was a beautiful, beautiful evening to see the excitement for baseball back in Spartanburg. It's just great. Also, on yesterday, I will not fail to mention the United Teams takeover yesterday at C.C. Woodson from 5 until 8. Young people putting a program together. They had a keynote speaker. They had vendors that were the young people in their jobs, are future entrepreneurs and future businesses. Again, on a Sunday afternoon, Kim, I don't know the number. I know it was well over 50 or so kids just there having fun and connecting with one another. Just opportunities we have to continue to do. Thank you to you and your staff for what you guys are doing. I know we're in constant communication about young people, but again, just a tremendous effort there. And last but not least, again, I just think about the Reverend Jesse Jackson, and he would always mention to keep hope alive, and that's what we all living for, hope. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to move into executive session.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any that oppose? Ayes have it. Thank you all for coming out this evening.